TJ, start with that. They're making the announcement. Do the walk-ons know that this is coming when you hear your name? What's going through your mind?
I was just really proud. So when they were walking up, DC was sitting next to me, and he said that he saw my name on there. So he started shaking me around a little bit, and it's cool to have that when you create those relationships with your teammates. And I was just really proud, especially to hear where you're from, just to be able to put on for them as well. I just take extreme pride in that.
Did you know much about the award? Did you know much about the guy that's sponsored the award?
So yeah, I've looked a little bit into it. I read about some past winners because we still have, Grayson, Nick Malone,
Right.
Nick Meadows, Ryan Nealon, like all those guys. I'm close with those guys. So I read a little bit into it. I understand that he was a defensive back here in the 80s, and that this award is dedicated to him. He's from Fairmont, and I'm from Washington. So I feel like those are two cities that are kind of alike in the mentality. So just to have my name in the same sentence as his makes me proud.
Coach Brown mentioned that you are a good person, but a really hard worker too. One of those you take more pride in over the other, or does one feed the other?
I would definitely say that they feed each other. Those are both things that I take pride in. I want to be a good person on and off the field and be a good example to those who will follow me. But I also want to be a hard worker. That's what got me here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my work ethic. And as I'm here, I want to inspire those around me to work even harder. And that's one of my roles on this team.
Washington, PA is kind of the demarcation line between West Virginia and Pitt.
Yep.
When you were growing up, were you a West Virginia guy, a Pitt guy, Penn State?
You're a little bit of everything. You're just kind of in that little area. And you honestly, when you're a kid, you were kind of rooting for that hot team. But when I went through that recruiting process, all three schools kind of touched upon me. And I would definitely say that I'm proud to be a Mountaineer. They fit my personality way more. And yeah.
So when you're in Washington, do you avoid the Pitt people now and the Penn State people when you see them out?
No, I think you take more pride in that you're wearing that WVU on your chest more than anything. Yeah.
Does that excite you at all about week one and even the beginning of the season based on kind of
Of course.
where you grew up?
Yeah, of course you get, last year we were back in the backyard brawl, and this year they're coming here, and then we get to go to Penn State first game of the year, which will be exciting. So, yeah, I definitely will look forward to those games.
You were a good athlete at McGuffey. What was the hardest part of the adjustment to college? And anything catch you by surprise? Harder, easier, anything like that?
So I came in during COVID, which is it's a hard adjustment to go to college to begin with, but when you go in during COVID, it's a big adjustment. And, one of the things I'll say is we were in the triple option offense at McGuffey. So just coming here, learning the new schemes, obviously the vocabulary is a little bit different than it would be at McGuffey. So you're learning the new route tree. It wasn't too hard of a transition, but obviously you're going to take some bumps and bruises, and there's going to be peaks and valleys. And you can't get too high with the highs and too low with the lows.
Playing special teams in college, high school is probably go down, tackle somebody.
Yep.
Now there's schemes. How hard is it to be a special teams player at this level? And something you're starting to take pride in?
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt, that's definitely something. That's my role on this team, is to be a great special teams guy. And in high school, like you said, you just kind of run down. It's almost like you take the play off, but you're not going as hard as you would at wide receiver. And in college, it's totally different. You're game planning every single week to make the game-changing play. And when I step on the field, no matter what it is, kickoff return, punt return, you have a chance to impact the game. And some people might check their phones or be going to get something to eat, but that's when you have to make your mark.
When you made the decision to come to West Virginia, did you disappoint anybody in your family?
No. I did not disappoint anybody in my family.
People or Penn State people lurking in your family tree?
Not in my family tree. From the outside, you hear, I should have gone here, but no, I was. My family was definitely proud of me to be Mountaineer.
Okay.
You got any texts since the award's been announced? Your mom, anybody like that?
Yeah, obviously my parents got to see them, and that was pretty special. A lot of my old coaches, people that have been a part of this journey that I can just reach out and thank, because no matter how big or small, they were a part of this award. So I just want to say thank you to all of them as well.
What in your abilities plays well into your success on special teams? What things do you do well that helps you there?
So one of the things I would say is that there's a lot of things you can measure. You can measure speed, you can measure strength. There's a bunch of different stuff that you can measure. One of the things you can't measure is heart. So when you go out there on special teams, just giving it 100% for that, however long it is, 8 seconds that you're in, I think that's what really separates me. And going back to my work ethic, I feel that like every single time I step underneath that squat rack or I'm benching or we're lining up for sprints, I'm picturing myself in the game. And just when you have your opportunity to take advantage of it.
What's it mean when you're prepping for special teams? What's it mean to see guys like Bryce Ford-Wheaton and Sam Jane, the top?
Yeah.
What's it mean to see them take it so seriously and it be such a big part of their game?
I mean, that and to your point, that's going to allow them to have a successful career in the NFL because those guys take it so serious. And you're also competing against those guys for the job. But when you're lined up next to them and you're competing, you're all going for the same goal. But they were really special on special teams, and that's going to allow them to be successful. But it's no plays off, and just like he touched upon, in high school, it's not maybe as important, but in college, everything is important, and everything's going to be watched. So.
Is there ever a moment, like you said in high school,
Yeah.
you just kind of take off? I mean, when you get here and you see the number one receiver going
Yeah.
hard and on punt coverage, you're
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, whoa, this is serious.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I mean, when you first get here as a walk-on, we're on the team. We're no different, but obviously you got to work your way up from scout team. So that's really kind of in my first few years, my second year here, scout team is really where I made my mark, and that allowed me to get the coach's eyes on me and allow me to start on special teams.
Last one here. Which is going to be the bigger issue, getting tickets for Penn State or Pitt?
Well, we got Pitt at home, so
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get a few more tickets there. I know we get last year we went to Pitt and wasn't as many tickets, so.
So like long lost Uncle Louie going to be calling you and saying, hey, I need 6 for Pitt, or
That might be a little bit hard. The ones who have been here for the whole journey, of course, I'll try to get them the tickets. But I mean, we're gonna be packed out here at Penn State as well, so it'll be exciting. So
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you guys.
CJ.
God bless.
Thank